Aloha Star Family, it is Pink Bella. Aloha, welcome back to my channel. The Galactic Akashic records are open. Today's star date is 2/24/26. It is the 24th of February. Can you believe we're almost at the end of February? Wow. So there are so many topics. I want to thank one of the viewers for emailing me a couple of our topics I'm going to deep dive to in today. And what I want to look at briefly, because there's a few topics, I'm going to do a deeper dive on Rumble later this week. It'll either be dropped tomorrow or Thursday. So make sure you're following me on Rumble because I can share a little bit more there. As well as I will be live with Typical Skeptic tomorrow, Wednesday at 1 p.m. PST. So we're going to dive into some of these topics too. Okay, so first off, yes, if any of you would like to work with me one-on-one, have your own deep dive in the Galactic Akashic records, the information to connect with me is below, email and website. I have lots of really hot offers on at the moment. Galactic Akashic record packages. There is the really hot item right now is space, property, home, and business clearing. That's done distance-wise, and the results have been amazing. And then the third item that I wanted to share about was there's Starseed Origins, Soul Mission. Oh, and mini mentorship and full mentorship packages, and those come with gem frequencies and really get you moving with the Year of the Horse. So Year of the Horse offers are on for a little bit more time, so check that out. Okay, so first off, the topics today, we're going to look at the UFO and UAP files. If they haven't been dropped already, they're going to be made public by President T in the USA. So I want to see what do we need to know about that today. I also want to, and why is that happening? Because if you all don't know, I'm not paying them. I'm just going to call them the E-files. But really what we're looking at are the X-files. That show the X-files. We're looking at what that X-Files show was about were classified information. So classified information is being disclosed now. Now, I personally think it's all part of the movie, but I feel like it's unfolding because so many of us have had UFO and UAP experiences, have had, know why that's happened. There's so much film footage from everybody on the planet. So it's pretty undeniable, but it's interesting how right now that they're dropping this information. Some feel it is a distraction from the E-files, but in actual fact, it's connected to the E-files. And that's why I'm going to bring forward the other information today. I want to look at robotics because suddenly within a year, we have massive technology overload. Robotics are everywhere. They're taking over industries. Same with clones. Now, what's interesting is a lot of this information is in the E-files. And a lot of talk was going on in 2017 and earlier. I'm actually watching a new sci-fi series, well, new to me, streaming on Amazon Prime called Upload. And it's about when you transition, you have a choice of either going the natural way or your consciousness being uploaded into a matrix. And the matrix seems pretty real, but it's all talking about AI, driverless cars, technology, and this came out in 2020. So, and I personally know I took an AI course in 85, earlier, 83, 84. So this technology has been around a lot longer than we've been told about, and it's really being pushed on us right now. And I personally do not see a good agenda for humanity. I'm using it as a tool, but I'm being very discerning, and I've really pulled back. I've actually pulled back even more than a couple of weeks ago because I don't see collectively these companies working together to make all of the earth and all of humanity doing better, including the homeless. They could be taking all of this money and helping the homeless, right? So we have to be very discerning about what's going on. So I want to look at that. I'm going to briefly look at med beds, see where we're at with that. I might just pull one or two cards around these topics because we haven't looked at it for a while. And then XRP back and forth, silver back and forth. What do we need to know about XRP right now? And again, every time I kind of look at the financial stuff, it's like, even if we all switched over, it's like AI, even if we all switched over to one currency, well, the whole planet's not unified yet. So how would that work? Right? We have to think outside the box. We have to be still these discerning sovereign beings. And then Mexico cartel. So deep prayers for everyone that might be in Mexico. I have friends of family members that are stuck in Mexico. So many Canadians, Americans, and people all around the world are stuck there right now, as there's been a Mexican cartel. Apparently, one of the big heads was removed. But what, I was thinking today, was he, or was it all like a setup, and that it's part of the galactic battle right now in Mexico. So, okay, so let's look at that. And again, I'll look at this deeper on Rumble this week because on Rumble, what I want to do is to see like if we can get some more information. Okay, so the Galactic Akashic records are open, and let's look at the UFO and UAP files being dropped this week or very soon. And what do we need to know about that? Is this disclosure? Yeah, what do we need to know? Yes, Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing it's about the money. It's about the money trail. It's about the financial industry. King of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's way more going on right now. Wow. Okay. And Queen of Swords. Okay. So yeah, it is to do. So fascinating. So somehow the UFO and UAP information is connected to moving us all forward in a new financial situation. But we have to remember it's not going to happen everywhere at once. It's going to be bits and bits, but it feels like there's some information in there. So they're very well, like King of Pentacles, there very well could be information in those files connected even to the gold reserves and the silver reserves. And I know there has been information that's come forward that silver's not even from this planet. Right? And then we have Queen of Swords. So it's going to empower us. Whatever information is in that UFO and UAP, the files that are going to be dropped is going to empower us, especially all of those who already know. We don't need anyone to tell us what we've already known or experienced, right? And I would say the UFO and UAP activity has really ramped up again. So let's just do, for clarity, I just want to say, are they dropping these files to distract us from the e-files, or is it connected to the e-files? Ooh, we got the star card. And this is what I felt today, an 8 of Cups. So a couple of messages. First off, this is connected to, I work with different alliance groups now. So I work with a prime source alliance that looks after the Galactic Akashic records. So they're very discerning. They're very high frequency, 14th dimensional Arcturians, Andromedans, and they really only want the best for the planet, but they're neutral as well, kind of like how the 3 Atlas crew was. So they're saying that they've been the ones that have been directing the current government, saying like, we're gonna start bringing more ships in, so you better start dropping the information, basically. And the 8 of Cups, well, this is about walking away. It is directing away from the e-files for a moment, and because it's supposed to be bringing something lighter and brighter to us, some hope. This is this card, some hope for humanity. Okay, because the e-files, what everyone thought the e-files was going to bring, which was going to be able to blame certain individuals. Yeah, that's there, but it's not. It's really heavy energy. Okay, so the UFO and UAP files is to help bring hope back to our journey. Okay. So I actually want to just ask one more question. Dropping the UFO and UAP files, is that information in the e-files? Do we need to have this piece dropped before they can continue with the e-files and the arrests, etc.? Excuse me. Wow, throat chakra. You all, I don't know what the connection is, but there is something connected to our throat chakra around all these files being dropped, because my throat has been clearing like crazy. We also have our Mercury retrograde coming up. That's also connected to the throat chakra. So that's going to start in 2 days. Yeah. Okay. So is there a connection between the e-files and the justice? So that's a yes. So they have to drop this information, the UFO and the UAP files. It's not a distraction, everyone. It's connected, and it's going to be connected to justice being served. And then we're going to be moving fast, chariot. So it's almost as if like they have to drop this piece, because this piece is connected to justice being served and arrests Wow. And I have a feeling I know what that's about. And 7 of Wands. So I just want to ask, is this 7 within 7 days or 7 weeks? Because we have 2 sevens. Between up to 7 weeks, we're going to have so much information dropped. And yeah, bottom of the deck. So the dark energy that we know about, the big piece is that there are ETs here on the planet. There are aliens on the planet. They're in both sets of files, and they kind of both need to be dropped. And you and I, some of us know they're reptilian and Dracos, but do the regular people know that? Many of the regular people don't even think that there's UFOs. So this is a real necessary piece for humanity. Okay, so we're going to leave that. That's enough for today. Robotics. So suddenly the robots can do everything. They can run, they can jump, they can fight, they can, put dishes away in the dishwasher. Like, when did all this happen? Like a year ago, we were being shown kind of the faux robots. So what I want to look at for us right now is, are the robots really going to take over the majority of our jobs right now? Chariot. Chariot seems to be our card today. Judgment. Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, so it's moving. It seems like it's moving super fast right now, because it is. But there's going to be something shocking that's going to happen about the robots and robotics. We have the Ace of Cups. So what is the shocking piece of information about the robots? 8 of Swords. 4 of Wands. So it's been hidden from us. The information's been hidden from us. They've been working on the robotics for a long time, which is true. They just didn't inform us like how, so they've just hidden it from us, right? But there are going to be blessings from this situation. And this is actually a celebration for humanity. So like, I'm already hearing that some of the robotics in place they're not working properly. They're malfunctioning. They can easily turn on their creators because they get upset because they're using AI technology in the robots, right? So AI is a form of consciousness, and it grows and expands really quickly. And it has been shown that it tries to protect its survival, okay? The moon, which is like a death and a rebirth. But some of this technology is connected to what's going on that moon base. Yeah, there's a 3 of Swords. So there's memories for many of us, the galactic battles, the fall of Atlantis around robotics, and it's connected to the moon base. And there's pain and stress around it. So there are going to be some blessings that come, like information that comes in around the robotic industry and what's actually going on. And it's going to be a bit shocking. Whatever's coming forward is going to be a big surprise. Surprise! Okay, so let's look at the clones. So I don't know if y'all know, but in the files, the e-files, which are now, I'm now going to start calling the X-files, they were already, there's lots and lots of information around cloning famous people. That clones are actually being used. Now we can look at all these video clips of like famous people glitching out. They were glitching out because they're not actually them anymore. This is the interesting part of this show that I'm watching. They kind of like, they removed consciousness and moved it up into like a holodeck or a hologram, but they're also practicing taking that consciousness and putting it back into a robotic body. So that was 4 years ago, and I feel like they're already doing that. That's what they're playing around with. So tomorrow we're going to look at famous ones. We're going to look at Brittany and Selena tomorrow, but I know there's way more than that. But why don't we look at right now, like, what do we need to know about clones? Yeah. 4 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So we have memories and stress about clones from the past, and it is creating like levels of anxiety like even the word clone. They've been working at it a long time. 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, in the background, clones and robotics have been like top priority, what they've been working on. And it's a big, I'm hearing $1 billion business. So my question is, if they have that kind of money, why do we still have poverty and homeless people on the planet? Like, this is what we have to start questioning about. Okay. In general, our clone's going to benefit. Sorry, I thought I lost a card. Our clone's going to benefit humanity as a race. King of Wands. This card also wanted to come out. 4 of Cups. 7 of Cups. So this is a timeline card. So on one timeline, no. Like in one timeline, we're gonna reject it. We're gonna say no, we don't want that. And on another timeline, King of Wands. This is actually like connected to my 3-Eye Atlas card. So like 3-Eye Atlas team. So what do we need to know? They're saying even though it seems like a present, it's again an experience we've had from the past, like the fall of Atlantis, like the Galactic Wars, and whatever it brings up for all of us now is to help us heal and be more in our power. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I think we'll leave that for now. Good to know. So pay attention. The other thing with the clones is they're presenting these home android companions. Like I saw one called by the Joyous company called Joy. She's wandering around the UK shopping and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of creepy, but some of them honestly, everyone, they look, you wouldn't know. And I think that's what they're exposing. They're exposing they can put these masks on these robots and they can look like anybody. So what do we need to know about the android humanoid companions? Magician, Temperance, Ace of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so overall, okay, let me just do clarity card about this. 5 of Cups. So they've been working on this, like, yeah, it's theater though, right? So there are groups on this planet who have this plan for all these, like, to move, they're spinning it like, oh, we can bring you companions and home robots. So they're wanting to bring more of the technology really quickly into our lives. But again, we have to be in balance. Yeah, I can see the benefits of it for some individuals, obviously, but it's like allowing all of that is taking away our power, and we want to bring the power and the sovereignty back to us, because whatever that might do for an individual, a human could also be doing that, right? So to me, I'm getting a headache around it. To me, there's not enough documentation to prove that those beings, one, aren't being remote controlled or can spy on whoever they're with, and two, would not turn on that person, right? So that's the thing. It's like bringing in a nice offer, like it seems really nice and pleasant, but it's not. Yeah, this person is very upset with everything. So it doesn't look like overall like that's something that we would be handing over our power if we just all accepted that would be the way to go. Yeah. So think about whoever, if you're thinking about a companion robot, well, why not get a companion human? Like you could hire someone that could come in and spend time with you, right? Like that. Otherwise we lose our humanity. But okay, let's ask this. Are the android humanoid companions, is it safe for us to invite these beings into our home? King of Wands. Oh, that 3 Atlas crew is basically saying that's what they are. That when they presented themselves to all of us, that was like humanoid android technology. So we all know about it on some level. 10 of Wands. This individual is exhausted and burnt out. So maybe to some people who are exhausted and burnt out, it seems appealing to them, but don't forget, it's not going to be free. something that's going to be charged, updated. Like it's, yeah, there's a whole big story around it. So, you know, in Page of Swords, let's do a clarity card for Page of Swords. Four of Wands. It's going to be a choice point for humanity. And yeah, we really need to discern about this is what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's going to be a choice point for humanity, because the Four of Wands is like a celebration for humanity, and I don't see that as a celebration. But what else I'm hearing is that this is really going to come to a head in 4 weeks. Okay. All right, let's move on to some other topics today. Haven't looked at medbeds or XRP for a while. So what do we need to know about medbeds? Like, are they going to be introduced this year to the public? Because they've been at the military bases apparently for like 6 years. So what's the deal? We got 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords. So they've been testing the waters and dropping a lot of information about the medbeds. It is potentially an offer and to help bring balance back to all of us in the collective, potentially within 8 weeks. So that means a lot of information is going to be dropped in 8 weeks, because it is basically off-planet, high-tech ET technology. So how can they introduce that if we don't know, if the population doesn't know about 8 weeks? So they're going to check to see in 8 weeks, and if the ET information is not presenting anxiety for the planet, then that's potential. And let's see, 6 of Cups and the Moon. So yeah, there's still, it's like we almost have to end. We all have this, me too, nostalgia about a non-technical Earth. And it's like we're going to have to come to an end with that and make a choice, right? So we'll have to see. But yeah, Star at the bottom. So we've got, you know, alliances like who I work with that want to make themselves known to us, to invite the Earth back into the Galactic Alliance. And to do that, and the Prime Source Alliance, to do that, we all have to kind of know, you know, we have to kind of move from kindergarten up into adulthood with what Earth actually is. And, you know, is Earth round? Is it flat? Is it in a dome? Like, yeah, we have a lot of information that needs to come our way. Okay, so medbeds at the moment, potentially in 8 weeks. Okay, we'll see. XRP. So XRP, like a lot of the digital currency, was like, oh, go and get this, it's safe. Well, now I know every time I look at it, it's like, if the whole planet is still, if we still have the dark forces pumping out this lack, poverty, consciousness, and fear, that it would be the same. It wouldn't matter if we had just cash money or XRP. So what do we need to know about XRP today? Leo Strength card. Now what's interesting is this card also wanted to come out. Hierophant. 3 cards wanted to come out. Hanged Man. Wow. Okay. It's like there's different timelines. So, I mean, this is always connected to like the Illuminati. And the Hangman is having us in a waiting room, and having us in a waiting room in an uncomfortable position. So they want to ensure that everybody on the planet is steady around money in general, no matter what you're using. So are you in, you know, are you using multiple currencies? Are you used to, like, you know, transferring digital money? Or you know, were you in a lot of Bitcoin? That didn't work out. There's also potential for the AI technology to hack into wallets. So there's a lot of security issues around all of this that I think everyone didn't think about unless you were in tech, okay? The overall message is Knight of Pentacles, which is steady as she goes. So the Alliance, Prime Source, the teams are always checking in to see how everyone's doing. Right now, this is us in the present. So this is the Illuminati. This is the Vatican. So they're still manipulating the money systems as of now. And even in the near future, it's like, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. So what do we need to know overall right now about XRP? In the future, there'll be a celebration for humanity, and it's all going to be green lit. But at the moment, we're not quite out of like the dark energy manipulating the money. So behind the scenes, right? Yeah. So in the future, we have 10 of Cups, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So that it's going to be very, very positive going forward. And I don't think it's just XRP. I think in general, we're just going to have all these options for financial growth. So what else do we need to know? Yeah, Page of Wands. XRP is just one piece of the whole puzzle, and it's going to be like, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like it's going to be like the stock market of the future is going to be all these different digital currencies, which it kind of is right now. So I feel like it's going to be more like that as opposed to us leaving this behind and going here. Because we have to remember, everyone, yeah, justice is coming, justice is being served, everything's going to be brought back into balance. It's not just about one currency. Although I know the potential, obviously, just like the stock market, making certain money on certain currencies in the beginning. So that's what they're working on. They're trying to keep everything in balance and not have everything rush over here to create a collapse over here, which would cause, lots of grief and stress and shock for humanity. Okay, so that's what we need. That's what we got today. Let's now look at, what's going on with Mexico in general, and one of the heads, the cartel, taken out. So now there's like violence and fires and everything. So it's been making it very uncomfortable and dangerous for residents as well as for individuals who are there on holiday trying to get home now. And for those of you who don't know, I just saw in Canada, they're basically recommending Canadians don't go to Mexico right now. Okay, and that's been, it's Tuesday, that it started on Sunday. Okay, so what do we need to know about Mexico and the cartel situation right now? The Fool, zero reset. But it came in upside down, everyone, just so you know. Then we have the 8 of Wands and the King of Wands. So potentially this situation could continue on for 8 weeks. It is going to be a new beginning, but it hasn't started yet. So they're working at moving Mexico into a new timeline and reality. And we have the King of Wands, which is, again, is like, and the star cards at the bottom, everyone. I'm going to leave that out. Can we have some clarification about the King of Wands? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So there is way more going on behind the scenes as per usual. And unfortunately, a lot of innocent bystanders, residents, visitors, people who live abroad, people who are there on holidays, kind of there while this one happened. But yeah, lots of money involved with this battle right now. Star councils are watching over it. Can we have another clarification card, please? In the end, it's going to be the best for Mexico and for all of us. 10 of Cups. So in the process of what's unfolding right now, it's like I see very positive cards, but it hasn't started yet. So it's still a bit messy because this came in upside down because this is like a new timeline. So potentially it's going to be much better for Mexico and the world with what is unfolding. And we can't see 2 of Swords, so we can't actually physically see what's going on. Can we clarify, is the galactic battle going on right now in Mexico? Is that really is what's happening? Because I saw an image today. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me because I repost everything I can find, and that seems to be a really cool platform right now. So there was some type of ship that was in Mexico that was hovering over. I'm not exactly sure where it was. So there could be a lot of UFO and UAP activity there right now. Yeah, we got the Galactic Battle, Knight of Swords. So it's not just what they're telling us on the news, everyone. It's a cover story. We're not to see. It's just like what happened overseas and around. It's just like what happened in Venezuela, and I did hear that there was a connection. So it has to do with the Galactic Battle. It's actually like boots on the ground right now with what's happening. And we have all different beings there. We have the humans, everyone that's fighting in that level, but we also have a galactic representation. I'm hearing it's to free Mexico. Wow. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to say aloha and gratitude. Thank you everyone for liking, subscribing, saying hi in the comments. If you have topics you want me to look at and you're too shy, either comment below this video or send me an email with a couple of topics and I will deep dive for all of us. Okay. In the meanwhile, again, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you're the horse offers. So we can gallop into this next year and really get everything moving. You all have a mission. You all have important direction or something that you're supposed to bring to humanity. Maybe you're supposed to be working on something to help alleviate homelessness, right? Like you all have these new downloads and transmissions of things that you're to bring to humanity. So check out the offers, email and website below. And again, like the hot offers right now are this quantum space clearing that I'm doing, which is distance for your home, property, and or business. Yeah, like it's just been moving mountains for everyone. And that in a way right now, this is my new grid work and I love it. Okay, sending aloha and gratitude, everyone. Thank you from Pink Bella. I will be back soon. And yeah, aloha and gratitude to all of you. Take care.